Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to the second feature match for round 1 of my current online Discord tournament. So yeah, this is going to be Sinindo on Eldlich PK and I know I said Synchro in the community tab poll, but I looked at it further and it's really using a DD engine to go into Hulk, but not really that much Synchro plays, it's just further extension, so it's more just Eldlich PK than anything else. Up against KOG, just going by the Discord names here, playing Goki. So yeah, like I just mentioned, you guys have voted in the community tab poll. So if you guys want to have your voices heard and haven't gotten a chance to vote, there will be future polls up on there. I use that feature quite a lot. So if you guys want some input on what's to be featured on the channel, then that is probably the best direct avenue to do so. But yeah, if you guys are also interested in joining future iterations of this tournament, this one is currently ongoing, but you can join the next one if you go ahead and hop on the Discord server. The link is in the description box down below, as always. So yeah, we would love to have you, and yeah, I'm going to host these pretty regularly. I plan to host the next one pretty soon after this one's over, provided that the format is not going to end soon, which I don't believe the next ban list is till December anyways, so we should be good to go in that department. But rambling on a bit, we're going to go ahead and without just any further ado, just carry on with the matchup here. So we got Sinindo winning the RPS, going to be choosing to go first here. So yeah, this is, like I mentioned, just a bunch of engines put in here with this Eldritch variant, and that's kind of just how a lot of Eldritch decks are right now. I don't know if you guys have seen the Rocket Dogmatica builds that utilize the Chaos Ruler Synchro to try and dig for Dogmatica cards while also dumping Eldritch cards. Yeah, Eldritch is just, one of the more hybrid-oriented decks, of course, in the format. So yeah, the opening hand here is pretty good because it got one of the starters for DDs. Basically, either Kepler or Gate gets you to Halkafibrex, which allows you to extend pretty far. And then for Goki, sucks to draw the Red Ice Fusion. Like, it really sucks. That's like the one card that you don't want to draw. Everything else is like a soft garnet, for example, like the 0 Day and like the PK cards for the most part. But yeah, this is like the only real actual garnet, which is unfortunate that was drawn. But we're going to see Eldlich go first. I'm just going to call it Eldlich even though it's 3 engines just because it's easier. Going to go ahead and activate Contract. Contract will search the Lamia. So you can normal the Lamia and turn it into Linkuriboh to go for a Halkafibrex by using Lamia's Grave Effect. So sending Contract, going to bring the Lamia back and then go for Halkafibrex. That's going to resolve because there's no hand traps for Goki here. So yeah, it's going to be full combo basically. Bringing out Plague Spreader Zombie, turning the Fiber into Linkross, summoning out 2 level 1 tokens, going in for Martial Meta Marcher, bringing back the Plague Spreader, and then going for a Linkuriboh, tributing the token, bringing itself out from grave, and then going into Barricade Blocker, as well as a copy of Rusty. And then Rusty effect will go ahead and send a copy of Cloak to set a Fog Blade. Cloak will add Boots. So you can see it's pretty heavy on the PK engine because there's multiple PK boots here. Whereas like all other engines would normally just lighten up on these. But this is a fairly heavy PK build. It's going to special summon Boots and then turn those 2 into Verite Anaconda. So it's also Dragoon. So that's another engine in here. So a lot of engines. I'm going to go ahead and banish the Boots to add a Fog Blade, second copy, and then use the Verite Anaconda to send the Red Ice Fusion, and then go ahead and grab Dragoon on board. Set the second Fog Blade, and then Scarlet, as well as the Hawk Arrow. So this is 4 disruptions. Yes, 2 Fog Blades, Banish, and a Negation. So pretty good, especially against a deck like Goki that kind of can struggle through playing through all of this interruption if you don't open like the right extenders. Sometimes you just open too many Gokis, so that can be unfortunate at times. Drawing a red layer for turn is pretty good. It allows you to kind of extend, and I imagine that the fusion's probably going to be it's going to be activated to try and force out the Dragoon here, I would imagine. Yeah, so that's going to be the play. And I believe, yeah, it's just going to be negated by Dragoon. But since it got negated, the activation did, that is. You can keep summoning now. So, summon Red Layer, summon Suprex, activate effect. That resolves, bringing out Guts. And then going for Isolde. Triggering both. So, Suprex add Headbat. And then Isolde will add Twist Cobra. And then Headbat will activate in hand right away to summon itself. Izzle will mill for cost, and that's going to be met with a Fog Blade. It should have sent for cost there. Oops. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's going to turn the Guts that was on the field into Link Rebo, grabbing the Guts search, I would imagine, for a rematch. So if you Hawk Hero one of the rematch targets, you still summon the other one. It's kind of similar to DD Crow. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Otherwise, there's not really a whole lot of... There's not really that many good targets to banish from the Goki player side. Like, I guess, you could technically, I guess, hit Phoenix Blade, but I mean, not really gonna use your negation or your disruption on that, I don't think. You can go to Appaloosa here, or just go straight into Windcross. Interesting. Alright, so I guess Appaloosa is not really much of a point because there's, you know, that there's one hand trap max. And like if it's something like Nibiru, then that's fine because it's an out to Dragoon. And like the other hand traps, I guess, aren't really going to be that effective because at this point, like your biggest choke point's already out of the way. So I guess it makes sense to try and make other Link monsters right here. The big thing is just playing through what we know is a Fog Blade, and I don't think that... Yeah, there's no actual knowledge of Eldlich cards at the moment. So yeah, I don't think Goki has full knowledge of that. Linkcross is going to summon out 2 level 1 tokens. And the Linkcross and the Headbat. This should be... this should have gone to graveyard actually when the Izzled went. So this should actually have been in grave the whole time. I'm going to go for a Verte Anaconda, which is interesting because the Red Ice Fusion's already in grave. So is there another target? Oh, it's going to target a token to turn it into a dark. I wonder why this got negated. Because you're able to make Rusty anyways with the Verte and the Link Rebo. So I'd imagine you just hold the Fog Blade for that. Oh, saying that misread. Fair enough. Yeah, both these Fog Blades should be in the grave at this point. Going to summon out Rusty. Yeah, they both go to grave, which is relevant in case this Rusty gets cleared. The Eldlich player can bring it back with a Fog Blade. So yeah, I imagine like holding the Fog Blade for this would have been more ideal. Sending Ancient Cloak to set Shade Brigandine. Alright, and then Resolution, Hawkera is going to banish the Cloak. Just going to chain the Scarlet. Yeah, so that's going to resolve, and that's going to banish Cloak. Link Rebo is going to summon itself back out by tributing a token. So let's see. Trying to think from the Goki player's POV. You can rematch, and then the big problem here is outing the Dragoon, because I'm not sure what outs there are. Because you can't link away this token, but you do have a Shade Brigandine. So you could like clear parts of the board and go for an Axis Code to try and just wipe up the board here. You won't have that much disruption though. That's kind of the problem, because you don't have Dragoon access since Hard Drew Red Ice Fusion that got negated. You don't have access to any Fog Blades because the Cloak got banished, and there's no Fog Blades set right now. So there's not really a Codebreaker line here either because the arrows don't facilitate co-links for the Codebreaker links. So I'm guessing that the play is just to go Axis Code, try and beat over the Dragoon and clear the board. But there's actually a fair amount of follow-up here because there's going to be Eldlich follow-up on the following turn afterwards, and there's still a contract in hand. So if there's multiple Lamias in deck, which I imagine there would be because I don't see a reason to only play one Lamia if you're having 6 starters, you could probably go for like another Halka Fibrax play if you play like Celine into Axis Code. I do have all the deck lists, but I'm not really looking at them right now. Alright, so yeah, rematch is going to come down for a Headbat and a copy of Guts. Shade Brigandine comes down next. This should be in defense. Summoning Masquerena. And then... what's happening here? Oh, okay. Brigandine for Spider first and then go Axis Code, because you can't make it with non-effect monsters. Alright, so Axis Code will gain 2,000. And then Battle Phase, attack over the Dragoon. Attack over Verte with the Rusty. The main phase 2, imagine just try and pop the board. with access code. Yeah, so access code just wipes everything. Right, and then banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. And then I think that's the extent of what you can do if you were Goki here. So yeah, I think that actually would have changed quite a bit if the Rusty got hit with the second Fog Blade. Because then the Brigandine would have been the last material needed to make the access code. So that would have changed the line quite a bit. And I'm not sure if there would have been an out Dragoon in that case. Equip the Phoenix Blade to Rusty and pass. Then Eldritch for turn is going to Fog Blade and end phase before drawing for turn. And then bring back Rusty. And then for turn, draw a Conquistador. That's pretty decent. Just because it's going to be like more Eldritch follow-up. And now you have like stuff to bring back Lord with. And that's another thing like with Contract too. In case it is dead, you can send it away. Which is cool. Alright, Contract's going to add probably another Lamia. Yeah. And then I can normal Lamia and do the Link Reba play. Fog Blade and Grave, gonna target Boots. Oh, yeah, right. The end phase Rusty was actually not legal because that was a good catch, actually. I didn't even notice. Scarlet actually conflicts with that because it locks you into zombies. Totally forgot. So, yeah, let's see. Right, so yeah, they're just gonna. It was an easy fix, so they're just gonna use Fog Blade this turn for the Rusty, and then not be able to access Fog Blade and Grave this turn. Okay, so it's just one less material. Use Boots to grab Shea Brigandine, normal summon Lamia, Link Rebo and Grave, and then bring back Lamia probably. Yeah, and then you can go for another Hulk. Yeah, in case you have access to Celine, like I mentioned, which is definitely live right now. Go Celine, go for bring back Valor, and then go into access code probably. Yep, and then that'll be on 53, and then you can just pop the whole board. Actually, this was made with IP, so it can't be popped. And then, let's see. This Shea Brigandine's not live right now, of course. It could be just sent away for Golden Lord here, I would imagine. Because, yeah, the elixirs can just grab another like Scarlet or like a White Destiny, and then a Conquistador or no, there's already a Conquistador, so this can grab a Quero. So yeah, sending it away for the Golden Lord, bring itself out, and then let's see, gonna banish for access code to pop probably the Rusty here, and then banish to pop the token. And battle phase, access code beat over the other access code. So that's 1000 and then 3521. Any battle phase tricks here? Like we mentioned, this is already expended because that summon last turn was illegal because of the Scarlet, so that happened this turn. So yeah, no access to that. Probably just gonna go ahead and go for Eldritch follow-up, and this is probably just gonna be game here. Oh, there are even more targets for this Rusty. Wow, so we are really in on the Eldritch or the PKs. So this is like what, 2 Cloak, 2 Boots at least, and then this is a 3rd Fog Blade, so triple Fog Blade, and then a Shea Brigandine. So this is a lot of targets, at least 4 each of the monsters and traps. And end phase, Wakero get another copy of Scarlet. So yeah, this is a pop, a banish, and another negate. And Goki can definitely not play through this at this point. For turn, they're going to draw Ash. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it looks like that was a misclick. Oh, no, it wasn't. They were just checking. I wasn't scrolled down. Sometimes Dueling Book doesn't auto-scroll, which is kind of annoying. Alright, so Link Rebo going to bring itself out to send Auto Stretch to Grave, which is going to add Rematch. I think... Link Rebo tributes for cost, right? I'm just making sure. Yeah, so... with like the updated rule set, like that the OCG has, I cannot recall if the TCG has them yet, but the OCG updated rule set would allow you to Wakero banish the Octo Stretch in response to Link Rebo, so that the Octo Stretch can't activate. Let me know if the TCG has these rules. I actually don't know, because I didn't really pay attention to that. Alright, targeting Guts and Headbat with the rematch. That's going to be met with a Black Arrow to banish one of them, banish Guts. Headbat still brings itself out like I mentioned before. Just resolves as much as it can. But yeah, I think Goki here is just completely out of steam. There's not really anything that they can make that's impactful. That can play through Fog Blade plus another pop. So yeah, that's going to be game here. So pretty convincing from the Eldlich player. Just so many different engines working together. I think that's just kind of how Eldritch works, is you just jam a bunch of engines into it. So right, we see Goki going first with a hand that's good enough to combo. It's interesting that they kept in Dark Ruler going first. Personally would not opt to do that. And then Eldritch has a play starter for Fiber, 2 hand traps, and then 2 board breakers, or go second cards. This is not really a board breaker. But yeah, Feather Duster for the presumed Rusty, and then Dark Ruler for Dragoon. So it's a pretty well-equipped hand to deal with, actually, just all of what Goki's going to try and do. We're going to grab Supvex, normal summon, effect, try to summon out the Guts, and that resolves. Fun fact, if you imperm here, it's actually just game over. But sometimes they have the extender, so I mean, like if they have Fire Flint Lady, you just wasted an imperm at that point. So usually it's like not ideal to do it that way. Triple searches for Isolde and double Gokis, getting rematch, headbat, and a filler. Probably just gonna be like an Iron Claw. Okay, this is a card I actually cut, but it's still fine. It's just another name. I cut it just because it's level 2 sometimes sucks if you want to like do rematch plays with headbat. Grabbing a twist instead. JK. Alright, so yeah, Twist Cobra off of Isolde. Isolde's second effect, going to mill a Phoenix Blade for cost, and then that's going to be met with Ash. So follow-up play is going to be Fossil to bring back Guts, summon Headbat, pitching the Cobra. You can go Appaloosa here, or going Link Rebo first. You can always just go Link Rebo after if you... Oh wait, no, it would have gotten banished, so you have to Link Rebo at that point, yeah. Because normally if you didn't have to Living Fossil, like you'd have the level 1 engrave for a rematch, so you can like Link Rebo after the fact. It's just one less window for your opponent to Nibiru you. Though I mean, it probably wouldn't change if they decided to Nibiru you or not, but you know, just the small things. Going to Appaloosa for 3, and then Headbat trigger, searching a Suprex, follow up for next turn. Rematch, summon back the 2 Gokis here. Actually, no, Twist Cobra was off of Isolde, so this is not legal. That should have been Suprex, not Twist Cobra. That's yeah, you can't summon it because it was added off Isolde. But it wouldn't make a difference if you just summoned Suprex. It's not like the rematch was rendered illegal. It was just an illegal target. Yeah, Virus Swordsman gonna go ahead and activate. Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference in the long term. Virus Berserker gonna go ahead and bring back the 2 Codebreakers. Turn the Berserker into Link Cross. Link Cross summons 2 level 1 tokens, or 1 level 1 token rather. Link Rebo is going to tribute the token to bring itself back, and then the Swordsman and the Link Rebo go into Rusty. This is like the standard play. Imperm on the Rusty is pretty big here, because you don't have to worry about Dragoon if you have Dark Ruler. So yeah, it's going to just go ahead and resolve. Yeah, go ahead and summon Dragoon. Granted, like you could have kept maybe the Imperm and then just gone Dark Ruler and then Feather Duster. Although actually, no, I forgot. Like this, the play would have been to go for a Dweller probably, because that's just the way that it's been looking since Link Cross. People who run Link Cross in their combo typically go for the Dweller play. And we saw in game 1 that they said Shade Brigade off the Rusty. So yeah, that probably was a smart call actually to go Imperm. Because then you would have had to Feather Duster the back row anyway, and then Imperm the Dweller. Yeah, that would have not been good. And then like it would have been met with Dragoon probably. So yeah, this is the right call to Imperm here. Phoenix Blade, bring itself from grave, and then pass. Yeah, so Red Ice Fusion drawn for turn is not the best, but it's fine enough if you want to use it. I don't imagine you can if you have a Halka for Rex line, unless if you're really scared of hand traps. But yeah, Dark Ruler is going to be very, very strong here. So yeah, normal summon Kepler. Yeah, it's going to be the Kepler play instead of the Red Ice Fusion, which is reasonable. Activate Gate, Search Lamia. Probably going to make Link Rebo first, just so you can bring it back later. before going Hulk Fibrax. Yeah, Link Rebo, and then go for Hulk. Fiber will summon out the Plague Spreader. Probably go into Link Frost to summon 2 tokens. And then go into Marcher, probably to bring back the Plague. This is basically the same as game 1 we saw. We saw all this before. Turn the token back into Link Rebo by using Link Rebo effect. Make a Barricade Board blocker. Probably go into the Rusty. Oh yeah, I now remember something cool. I don't remember if it was this game, if it was another game, so I won't spoil it just in case. But there is a cool play that you can actually do with this Marcher here with the PK cards. Gonna send Ancient Cloak and the send Ancient Cloak off the Rusty to set Fogblade. There we go. I always get the words send and set mixed up with this card for some reason. Like it just, for some reason my brain just can't process it. We're gonna go ahead. Alright, we're gonna banish Cloak to add Boots. Summon Boots. So let's see if they go for the play. Yeah, so you can overlay these two for a Break Sword, which is cool. You can put it underneath the Rusty, so you get 2 pops there. Yeah, so yeah, Rusty gonna pop the Dragoon, and then Break Sword could pop another card like after Battle Phase maybe. Plague Spreader effects. I didn't see what was returned to the top because I just missed it. Return Red Ice Fusion, yeah. Oh, so that's actually really cool because yeah, it puts back your Garnet, so you can make Dragoon. That's actually pretty sick. You can pop your own Fogblade if you wanted to, just so you can keep the requisite materials for Verte. Or just not even use the Break Sword at all, which is, yeah, that's fair enough because you can't do damage anyway, so not really any point. Yeah, so just go make Verte Anaconda, and then use the Red Ice Fusion that was just put back on top of the deck. That's actually really sick. So you can go for a Dragoon. No damage, but just swipe the whole board here. I can grab a second Fogblade off the Boots. And this is a pretty good position here. Just go Battle Phase, attack the Appaloosa. And then set second Fogblade. So this is 3 Disruptions. I don't think, yeah, there's still no Eldlich cards, so you can see, like, even without the Eldlich cards, just the engine of DDs by itself is pretty good. I mean, you know, drawing Ash Imperm Dark Ruler is also really nice, but 1-card starters, man, really, really good. But you can see, even though I was like, man, I wonder why I kept in Dark Ruler going first, it's gonna come in handy here to deal with this Dragoon, because I think dealing with double Fogblade with this hand isn't too bad if you're Goki, because you can get access to rematch no matter what. Because even if the Suprix gets Fogbladed, the top deck Firefront Lady will actually will allow you to just get into a Link 2 play, and then you're off to the races. So Dark Ruler and a Suprix. If that gets hit with Fogblade, is actually really beneficial for Goki here. But yeah, that's gonna resolve no problem. Yeah, I think Eldlich is just gonna wait for something more impactful, something that'll actually clear the board, which is fair. Link 2 into Isolde, triple searches again, so rematch and headbat off the Gokis, and Isolde adds the Iron Claw. And then rematch targeting Twist and Guts. This time this Twist summon is legal, so that's good. Headbat, discard the Iron Claw, or send the Iron Claw to summon itself. And you can use Isolde to... oh no, I think maybe the only other target was a Living Fossil. So go into Unicorn. Unicorn, Cobra, and Headbat are all going to trigger. Guts was already triggered because it was the one summoned off of these Suprix. That's going to be with the Fogblade. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Summon Fireflint Lady. I'm trying to think of the play here. You just go Phoenix to force out this back row. Then go Axis Code. Seems pretty good. Really? Was Phoenix already used? Or did they cut Phoenix? That's the question. Yeah, because if Phoenix was in this extra deck, then you just force out the Fogblade. Then they go Axis Code. And then The only thing left would be Fogblade bringing back Rusty, which we know there's a lot of targets, so it wouldn't have been the end of the game. Would have at least dealt with the board. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that just no way to actually kill this Dragoon here. So yeah, I guess there is no Phoenix in the extra deck. Again, like I have the lists, but I just didn't take a look at them. I'm not like actively looking at them as I'm commentating here. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this game. I figured I featured it because like even though there weren't like a ton of hand traps, like there were some, but not that many. There was still a fair amount of back and forth. So I thought it was a pretty good matchup, and it does showcase some of the weaknesses of Goki, right? Like sometimes your end board just it can get hindered. Imperm is particularly strong, and then sometimes you just it's not good enough. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comment section down below. Feel free to subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on Discord, Twitter, or Twitch. All the links in the description as always. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys!